wanted to jump on here quick and share this video with you in small presentation to show you a little behind the scenes of our machines. So I think it's so cool how there are so many different elements happening behind the scenes in our machines that all come together to make a really big impact for us and our health and our water and things like that. But I today wanted to pull just one specific thing happening behind the scenes to break that down and show you guys. So I think it'll be really cool and fun for all of us to look into this together. So I'm going to share my screen here, pull up this presentation that I made for you guys, and then get rolling. So like I said, today is a behind the scenes of our machines. So as we know, Enagic's flagship model, the K8 machine, is known for its amazing water ionization and antioxidant production. But did you also know that the machine has a built-in filtration system? And that filtration system is what I wanted to touch on today. So like I said, I really want to emphasize there are multiple things going on behind the scenes. We've got the water ionization, the antioxidant production. Those are major, key, amazing elements to this machine. And those are really big players in this machine to create the best water there is for us. The filtration system is just a small part of it all, but it does play a massive role and have a massive impact. So that's why I wanted to touch on that today. So I have a video here playing on the right-hand side of the screen. This is actually a video that I just saw on Facebook, and I was like, wait, this is perfect for the presentation that I'm pulling today, or pulling together for today. So this guy's name is Nick. He's a plumber. He just removed this hot water tank from someone's home, and he is opening it up to show us what the inside of this hot water tank looks like. And this is really going to be great for us to see for what I'm about to touch on. So just while we're watching this, just check out why the filtration system is an important element to both the K8 water machine and the Anespa shower unit. So look, he's showing us inside this hot water tank, all that rust, that buildup. There's just lots of icky stuff. Imagine when that hot water tank is full of water is circulating around in it, and then it's being pushed out into our pipes. Just imagine what that looks like in our homes. So I think that this is really cool that he pulled this apart to show us well, his viewers were just getting to view it today with him or alongside him. But so yeah, he's pulling this out. Look at all that buildup. That is just some really nasty, gnarly stuff that gets pushed out, like I said, into our pipes, throughout our homes, into our sinks, into our shower heads, et cetera, et cetera. So with that, don't you think it is important to have something that is going to filter out that nasty stuff? And just keep in mind, I know you're seeing this in a hot water tank, and maybe you're thinking, well, what about the cold water? Well, how do you think that water got into that hot water tank? And where do you think all of that stuff came from? So that was coming from cold water pipes as well. So it's happening both on the hot water side, on the cold water side. This is just an example of, it all being contained so you can see it. But yeah, so think about how important is it now that you're actually physically seeing this disgusting substance that's in our homes. How important is it to filter that out? So the machine cartridge filters, this is pulled directly off Enagic's website. So it helps with the removal of impurities and removal of substances such as lead, chlorine, etc. So I'm going to go over to the next slide here. And these are actually homemade videos. These are me. And this is me cleaning my Anespa shower unit filter. So you can see on the left-hand side, I am just like sliding my thumb across the filter. Look at all that nasty, just gunk buildup. So that's actually that is my water hitting my filter. And then the way that the Anespa is designed, just very in short, but the way that Anespa is designed is that water hits that filter and has to be forced through it and then up and out into the shower head. So on the outside of the filter, that's where that water hits and then gets to the inside and then goes up and out. So that outside of that filter is just covered in gunk and buildup. And that's from my town's water. So I'm actually going to go back and then come back so you guys can just re-see that on both sides. And then on the right-hand side, that video that's playing, that's actually me washing off just all that really icky stuff off of my filter. I change my filters out as Enagic recommends. So both the K8 machine for my K8 machine and my Anespa, I'm always changing those filters out as they recommend it. But actually with my Anespa in between, just changing out the filters entirely. I do pull my filter out of my machine and clean it about once a month just to get rid of all this nasty buildup. That way I can keep my water pressure and flow really strong. So I'm going to go back and play it again. That way you guys can keep seeing it. I will say if you pull your filter out to clean it, I recommend using gloves. I just didn't for this video's purpose. That way you can really see just the coloration, the buildup, things like that, instead of seeing my hot pink cleaning gloves that I have. But yeah, so you can see in the pictures above and below the center of the screen where it says our bodies are made up of about 70% water. Those are pipes. So just look at the buildup inside of pipes, pipes running throughout our cities, our towns, our rural areas, our homes. Pipes aren't something that can be changed out every couple of years. Yeah, like you see here in this slide before, a hot water tank, gas water tanks, those typically get changed out. I looked this up, on average, every 8 to 12 years. And then electric water tanks, those were a little bit longer. Those were like 8 to 15 years. So you can see the buildup in something like that gets changed out more regularly, as opposed to our city pipes and our house pipes. You're not going to go knocking an entire house down after 8 years to rebuild it and, relay all the pipes in it. Because you're wanting to clean out your pipes. I mean, you just can't do that. It's not feasible. So what are things that are feasible that we can do, that we can implement within our homes to help with this kind of buildup that's happening in our pipes? Like I said, in our area, in our city, in our town, in our rural areas that are literally under the roads, and then within our homes. And that's a good filtration system. And so I want to, before I go on to the next slide, just reiterate what it says here in the middle. Our bodies are made up of about 70%. Oh, I didn't add on this slide. It's supposed to say our bodies are made up of about 70% of water. Forgot that keyword there. But you guys know we're talking about water here. And that's really important to know, because if our water isn't getting filtered properly or at all, then these impurities that you're seeing within the pipes, and as you can see here, lead, chlorine, stuff like that, if that's not getting filtered out, it's going into our bodies. Our bodies are made up of 70% of water. So that's our organs, that's our brain, our lungs, our heart, our kidneys, our liver, our eyes, our skin, our hair, all those things are made up of water. And so if we're putting really crummy, disgusting, leached water into our bodies, and our organs are absorbing that, imagine, you just imagine, how do you think our bodies are reacting to that? How do you think our bodies are reacting to this, what you're seeing on the screen here, absorbing that orange, icky, very impure water? So I want to touch on really quick, how have the filters in the machines helped me personally? So I'm just going to share my personal testimonial here. Everyone experiences different testimonials, so I'm just going to share mine. But the first thing it has definitely helped with for me personally is, defending those toxins. So those just nasty, that buildup, things like that. We look back at this slide and it is very clear for me and easy for me to say that these toxins are being stripped at the filter. My filter is catching that gnarly buildup. And so that I am not ingesting that into my body when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm cooking with it, spaghetti, mac and cheese, all of the things. when I'm showering, all that stuff, my body is not absorbing it. I am really creating or defending against toxins because I am making sure that I have a solid filtration system in place to help me with that. And that ties into my next point, where it's helped me personally with boosting my immune system. I just noticed overall, I have gotten a lot less sick in the last 3 years that I have had both of my machines. I have the K8 machine and the Anespa. I actually got started with a full trifecta. So I have all of the products, but we're just touching on the water machines here. But overall, I have just noticed I have been a lot less sick. And when I do get sick, I never get it as bad as others in my area, in my town, who, catch a similar cold or a similar flu or something like that. So that has been really helpful for me because the more I can be on my A game and the more things I can do, the more I can live my life. So that's important to me. Skin is another major thing that I have noticed these filters have helped with. It has helped tremendously with acne, with cystic acne specifically. So that's been really helpful for me. I also, you guys, if you don't know me, me and my husband are farmers. Well, my husband's a farmer. I work with Enagic full time, and I just help my husband when I can around the farm. But farming it's not just a career, it's also a lifestyle. So we live in it. We're always outside. We're always tending to the animals. We're always out in the heat. I have a lot of trouble with heat rashes. And this filtration system has helped tremendously with my heat rashes. With reducing the inflammation of them. They don't get as itchy, they don't get as irritated, they go away a lot sooner than they used to. So that has been a major thing that I've noticed within my personal skin. But like I said, acne, things like that. And my skin just overall is a lot softer. I used to have to moisturize so often, but that's also, the softer skin and the less dry skin and cracking skin and stuff like that, that comes from a good filter, but it also comes from the amazing properties that are in the K8 machine with the ionized and oxidized water really helping hydrate me. But I know we're focusing on the filtration side, so I kind of want to stick to that. And then when it comes to hair, so you saw in this video before, you can see all of this buildup, this gross orange brown buildup. So actually over the years, my hair has changed in color. And after talking with my hairdresser, she said, yeah, this is my natural hair color, that I used to have like an orangey tint to my hair. And that was from actually all the buildup from my pipes and stuff like that before I got my filtration systems in my home, my Anespa. Well, my Anespa is what I shower with, so we'll touch on that one. We'll talk about the focus on that one. But, once I got my Anespa, I started using that regularly. My hair started to go back to its natural color because I didn't have all of this gross orange color going onto my hair, into my scalp, and my hair absorbing that. Because when you're in the shower, your body is absorbing that water. It's easy for us to think, oh, it's just hitting us and rolling off of us. No, part of this 70% of our body is made up of water. Our bodies are absorbing that water in our shower. So to think that at one point my body was absorbing just this nasty, nasty stuff, to where it's at now, I can totally see and understand why my hair is now a more pure color, because it's not being stained with this nasty buildup that's traveling through my town and my home pipes and stuff like that. So those are just a few things that have helped me just with the filter. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope you guys found this helpful and insightful. Like I mentioned earlier, and I want to go back to it, that way I could really hit home on it. There is more to these machines than just the filtration system. That is just a small but very mighty role in what these products can do. but I wanted to do specifically a little behind the scenes on the filtration part of it, just to show you guys the breakdown and the importance of why it's important to really strip all of those nasty contaminants, the lead, the chlorine, other impurities like that, so that we are not ingesting it when we're eating, when we're drinking, when we're brushing our teeth, when we're showering, our families are showering, our kids are showering in it, things like that. So hopefully this was helpful. And like I said, I just wanted to share my personal testimonials with it. I absolutely love my products. I never go without them. And so I hope that if you have, well, if you're, planning to get started with these products, you love them just as much as I do, as so many others do. And if you have your products, then definitely comment below any testimonials that you have, any things that you've experienced, whether it's something I didn't mention here. Drop in, some things that you've noticed after having a solid filter in your water, your drinking water, and also in your shower. But yeah, because I'd love to see what others are experiencing as well. And yeah, share what you love about your machines in the comments as well. I love to bounce ideas off of you, especially for those who have their machines. If you don't have a machine, still chime in, share what you're excited about. Maybe it's something I mentioned in this list. Maybe it's something I didn't mention, but you're like, ooh, I'm actually thinking about XYZ and I'm excited to see if it helps with this. Share what you're excited about, and I would love to chit chat with you in the comments. But we will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Bye.